Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques. We're back here with a video again. You would have thought we would have learned something last week, and here we are. So what are we going to talk about this week, guys?
Well, we're going to talk about, if you'll look behind Mr. Hyde, you can see all them gas pumps and Coke machines. And we're going to talk about gas pumps and Coke machines. And what else, Philip? Signs and soda signs, gas signs. And
signs?
Yep, signs and signs and signs.
Yep, signs, tractor signs.
Yeah, and more signs.
Yeah.
We'll see what all we can get into.
Well,
all right.
Those gasoline pumps, those are pretty interesting, and they're also very unique. You know, a lot of gasoline companies or service station brands are no longer around.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of different. I guess gasoline pump today looks entirely different than the Art Deco looking pumps of the 40s and 50s, especially the gravity flows, 11-footers. Hey, Philip, before we get started real good, do you want to do your little spiel? Since
sure. All right. You're watching us, or you're listening to us on WMSR radio. We're not live really on any of them at the moment right now.
Almost.
Maybe we'll get, well, we're live. We're just tape delay, I guess would be the word for it. And we're on Charter Channel 193, LightTube Channel 6. And YouTube and Facebook. So we're popping up a little earlier now, and actually LightTube doesn't have the 1 week delay that they used to, because I can get it to them on time so that they can get us in their system. So we're more accurate on them now. Or time.
Now we're current, huh?
The current, yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Don't
remember that magazine, Howard, we used to get called Current Events?
Yeah.
And every week you'd get that little newspaper.
Those were the days when they had that. So tell us a little bit about all these gasoline pumps you got sitting behind you there, David.
Well, in our warehouse, we have a total of in-stock gas pumps. We have one at the restaurant, and we have 54 actually in stock here at the warehouse.
54?
We have 7 soda machines. And, well over 500 signs in our warehouse.
Wow.
We got all kind of other good stuff. You know, we got Star Wars, we got scooters, we got coffee machines, old coffee makers, old coffee grinders. We got a little bit of everything, but Nancy and I decided 4 or 5 years ago that we need to stay more focused. So we're on gas pumps and soda machines and signs and gas signs and soda signs. So,
well, all that stuff kind of goes together. All that stuff goes together.
Yes, it does.
You got a machine, you need a sign to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Even with the most modern movies, you know, some of the new sitcom stuff. Have you noticed that they have old signs in them on the wall, be an old sign, or there'll be an old toy sitting on their shelf? Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Either one of y'all can chime in, you know.
Yeah, signs are everywhere in popular culture today.
Yes, they are.
Those signs are everywhere in our popular culture.
Yeah.
Anything you say, books, magazines, TV shows.
Right.
Everywhere people use them to decorate with.
Right. And you know.
And I mean, they even put them in these $5 houses just for decorating pieces.
Right. You know, actually, I think what a lot of people don't realize, signs were created to go to work to sell a product, just like the gas pumps. They were created to sell a product.
Yes.
And so over the years, after they quit selling the product, people, you know, the little light come on and said, boy, that would really look good in our, you know, if you got a car collection, you got a gas pump sitting there and a gas sign, or if you got a, you know, a soda fountain sitting in your house, like we have a bar with, I don't know, 5 or 6 stools, and then we got the They've got the nice Coca-Cola fountain service sign behind it. We have a 1936 Wurlitzer jukebox. That's the second year that they ever made a Wurlitzer jukebox. And by the way, this one we have is made out of wood. So, yeah. So I think no matter how many years go forward, you'll always see the older stuff. People want to hold on to that. I mean, they remember it growing up. Like I remember stuff growing up, Philip, that you don't remember or Ronnie don't remember. And Howard's about the same age as me, so we kind of remember the same stuff. Right, Howard?
That's true, because it reminds you of maybe your youth or better times in your life, or something special that happened. But, like those gasoline pumps sitting behind you, I can remember, I don't know, I guess I was 7, 8, maybe 8 years old, driving. We drove across the country as a family, went out to California. And I can remember out in the Midwest and out in some of the Western states, my dad would pull into a gas station, and the gentleman, the attendant, would run out, and you were going to get some gas, and they'd ask you how much you wanted, and you'd say, 5 gallons, and they would literally hand pump that gasoline up into that glass jar or that pump that's sitting right behind your head, 5 gallons. And then he would drain it down, and that was fine. That's how you got 5 gallons worth of gas, because that jar, that glass behind you, is calibrated.
So is that like how much they usually held in one of those cylinders is 5 gallons? Was that full?
Well, the most you could,
10 gallons.
Yeah, that 10 gallons is the most I've ever seen. Now, they might have made but Howard's right, though. See, I was up at a service station the other day, and this old man was getting out of his vehicle, and he didn't know how to work that modern pump. And I said, how much gas do you want me to put in it for you, sir? Because I got it started for me. Pump. You know what he said, Howard?
What?
I'd like 5 gallons.
5 gallons?
You see 5 gallons. He didn't say $5 worth or $2.
No.
He said 5 gallons. So whatever that equates to in dollars, which, today would be what? It's $1.79. So what, or $1.80, say that'd be $8 worth of gas or so. But he didn't say $8 worth. He said 5 gallons.
5 gallons. Because, another thing, too, he probably, back on that glass pump that's behind you, the old pump, the gas was probably about 23 or 24 cents a gallon.
You're right.
That person already figured out, well, I've got a couple dollars that I can.
Oh, you muted your sound there, Howard.
Don't be doing that, Howard.
Anyway, they knew how much they were spending, and they would, some people would go in and buy a gallon at a time. That's all they had.
Yeah, and you know what?
Different.
Don't think about it today, though. But a quarter was a lot of money 75 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You had a $10 bill. You're trotting down the road.
Yeah. Today it's like $100 bill.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to about a $10 bill back 25, 30 years ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can remember them pumping that, and it had like a big hand pump handle on the side that worked a pump that pumped up.
Right.
And then it was gravity fed. There was no electric motor in that pump. Today is electronic and electric powered. So.
Yeah, you know what, Howard? A lot of those old stores didn't have electricity.
That's true out in the country.
Yeah, electricity didn't come to Tennessee till 1934.
Yeah.
TV. Now, we did have some power here in Manchester that was Morton's Lake actually produced power in the early 1900s. As a matter of fact, I've got all the paperwork on that, and I've even got one of the original power meters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why they had to have the gravity flow because there was no electricity to pump it. Even when they went into and got the more modern pumps, people questioned were they getting their money's worth because they could actually see it in the cylinder. So what they did, they put an eye on the first pump, like in the 30s, and in that little eye, you could see the gasoline going through it. And that
They had a little thing that spun around.
Yeah, remember the little whirly gig on it.
I remember this.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And the only purpose of that, it wasn't nothing that made the gas, made the pump work better. It was to make sure that people felt good about they was getting their money's worth.
Right.
So, anybody have any idea what time?
You could actually see what they were buying.
When they started adding the 9/10 of a cent to the gallon?
Well, they always did that. I've got some 1917 and 18 markers, that goes onto a gravity flow. And if you look behind me, see that big green pump? You see that thing stuck out on the side? You see it above me here? The Gilmore?
Yeah.
See that little arm stuck out there? Don't it have a price on it? Can you see the price?
Yeah, I see it says gas, but I can't read this.
Yeah, well, I'm going to turn my head so I can tell you. It says 19.5 cents for the gas. The state tax was 4 cents. The federal tax was 1.5 cents, with a total of 25 cents.
Oh, okay.
So they always had those fractions. It's like, Philip, it's like $9.95 sounds a whole lot better than $10 when you're trying to sell a product. $9.95 sounds a whole lot cheaper than $10, don't you think?
Yeah.
To the people, when it's only a nickel, but it just sounds like you're not hearing the 95 when you're looking at it or saying it. You're looking and saying a $9.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, how much time we got, Philip?
We got about 25 seconds before our first break here.
Well, say something.
Say something.
All right.
Well,
Are we ready to take that break?
before you had television and radio, that's what they used to advertise with, was signs.
Right.
And they were all real nice porcelain signs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, evidently that caught on pretty well because they still use sign stuff.
Yep. All right.
All right,
You want to take us on?
Yeah, well, signs.
We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Sam.
Words from our sponsors.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
All right, we're back here with more Let's Talk Antiques. And we'll see what we're going here. We're continuing talking about signs and old gasoline pumps.
Yeah, so So the first thing let's talk about, and Philip, I know you've done your homework. There's different companies that made these gravity flow gas pumps, but there's also different gasoline companies that bought the gravity flow pumps. So, you know, there was like Tokyo and Wayne and Bennett. Those are the names of the companies that actually made the pump. But companies like Gulf and Shell and Esso and Sinclair and Texaco, they're the ones that bought the pumps from these companies.
Oh, okay.
And so you've done a little homework here, hadn't you, Philip, and looked up some of the prices of some of these vintage gas pumps?
I've got some sold ones here. This is actually the highest priced one it's got here on eBay recently was a 1970 Texaco gas pump that's been restored. And they were asking $3,500 and took a best offer that was over $2,500. They don't have any of the glass top ones on eBay currently. Those are bringing too much money for people to be doing that. Or they disappear really quick when people put them up.
They're a lot harder to come by, too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what was nice about the old glass pump one? Well, even some of the early electric powered was that glass globe that was set on top of them. You know, that had the logo on it.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those were very decorative. I can remember like Red Crown gasoline that looked like a crown.
Yeah.
And a lot of them had, Gilmore had a lion with Roar with Gilmore and Mustang Oil. City Service is another company that's you don't see much anymore.
Hey, speaking of the Crown Globe, I'm going to scan over here, and you can see this blue pump, and you'll see the crown on it. Hey, I've got this automatic scanner. Can you see that crown right there?
Oh, yeah. Just came in the picture.
Ain't that pretty?
Yeah.
Now, look at that gravity flow. See that shell? See that glass shell globe on top of that shell pump?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So that gives you kind of an idea what Howard's talking about. And see that red line that he was talking about on the Gilmore?
Roar with Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Texaco.
Mm-hmm.
What's that green one coming in right on top of your head? What is that?
That's Sinclair, isn't it?
No. Is it a Sinclair? Yeah, right behind me is a Sinclair. And then the other one over here, I'm going to turn my head. Yeah, that's another one. See the one over here past the Sinclair's a blue-green Gilmore. See it?
Oh, okay.
And see what happened? A lot of those old pumps like that, either the glass globe that held the gasoline got broke, or the fancy logo globe on top got broken. And so that's why there's not a lot of them around anymore.
Yeah, if you remember, Howard, even the glass cylinder pump, remember they had screens that you could put on it so that a rock wouldn't hit it, or you know, of course, that wouldn't stop a BB gun or a 22. And a lot of times, people would shoot those with a BB gun.
Oh.
And I actually have a really nice blue cylinder, and it's if you're looking at me here, when we scanned around to the crown a while ago, there's a right beside it. That's actually got a blue cylinder in it. See the blue cylinder? Can you see it? Yeah. Now, that's rare to find a blue cylinder. It actually has one BB hole in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like it is, of course, you can repair that if you actually use the cylinder. Mm-hmm. They knew how to repair them. But that cylinder right there is worth between $800 and $1,200 with the hole in it because of the rarity of the color.
Oh.
And now, Philip, you have a few more gas pumps looked up, right?
I'd say I've got the next one on the list was a Roar with Gilmore gas pump. It doesn't say what year this is, but my guess would be like the 60s because it's still got that same exact top that year has that says Roar with Gilmore. But it's
is on it itself, is it more rounded? Where the globe sits on it, is it kind of rounded? You can kind of tell about gas pumps like refrigerators.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so that could be from the 30s and 40s and 50s, Philip.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
They kept using those pumps, but I mean, usually in the 30s there was more Art Deco, and then in the 40s they come with that round top. Late 30s, remember Howard?
Yeah.
That round top, and so really, if you look at refrigerators years ago, remember the ones that had the round tops? Well, those Coke machines would have the round top, and then when refrigerators went to the flat top, if you remember, your soda machines went to the flat top. So that's kind of how gas pumps, soda machines, all that stuff kind of follows a trend.
Okay. Well, this one has been rejuvenated.
Yeah.
They say it's 76 inches tall. It's the pump's been removed, but still has the volume money meter intact, and the cabinet is straight. Door latches in good condition, and they got $2,500 on it. So
yeah,
that does not include shipping. They were pretty clear on you have to figure out some kind of freight shipping for it, and that doesn't factor into the price.
You know, I don't believe this, but I'm not. I mean, I got a lot of rare pumps, but nothing like a lot of my friends. But some of these real rare pumps, they can be from $25,000 to $75,000 just for one pump. One pump.
Well, I've got a 1924 Wayne visible gas pump here. They were asking $17,995 for it. Took a best offer.
Wow.
So they probably got something close. I've got several visibles here.
What kind of price on, Ron?
I've got another visible. Well, that one they took a best offer for $17,995. So they probably got something close. The next one I've got is another visible gas pump. They don't give the brand, but they got $6,500 for it. They had a mobile globe on the top of it. Looks like it was a 10-gallon.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another one here. Just says antique visible gas pump. They got $5,500 for it.
Whoa.
Looks like it might have been a Wayne. They don't say.
I'm trying to pull it up here and so I can see the picture of it.
Are you finding any
I've
of
got
that?
a Flying A here.
Mobile gas is what that one was.
Yeah, what about the Flying A?
You got to put visible gas pump in.
I looked for visible.
It's a 10-gallon pump. It was a Wayne Model 60 gravity flow. They got $4,500 for it. And I've got this is not a gravity flow here. It's just a clock base. An Erie clock base. They got $3,500 for it. Let's see. Here's a mobile gas visible gas pump. They're not showing the complete top. It looks like maybe a 5-gallon. They got $3,000 for it. Now these are those last two I was showing you. They weren't really had a high caliber professional restoration on them, but they were nice. Still see a lot of the old paint, signs.
Yeah.
Were on them. All the accessories were there.
I'm looking at stuff on the computer.
Oh, okay. Well, all I could see was your chin.
Yeah.
That last one says that it says the glass was plexiglass and the mobile gas dome is plastic. So I guess that's why it was only bringing $3,000.
Yeah. See what they did, Philip, when they
a lot of those have been replaced.
Yeah.
Right, with plexiglass. You can still buy the glass. They're a lot higher.
Original gas globes are hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine. So, David, when you buy one of these and you find one on the internet or somebody calls you about it, Do you ship it or do you drive to somewhere and bring it back?
That's a good question, Philip. So here, over the years, we have finally learned. I have a contact that does nothing but all he does is gas pumps. So he actually furnishes the pumps, the parts, the labor, the paint, and all, and I'll pay him a set price. We've tried it every way, from buying the pump, me ordering the parts. We've done it several ways, but the best way I found, this guy, that's all he does is deal in pumps. He knows his pumps, he knows his parts, and you just tell him what you want. He'll give you a price, and if you want it, of course, now it takes about 6 weeks to 2.5 months to get one done because he has a lot of customers. He does about 12 pumps a month, and if you think about it, that's quite a few pumps for one man to do.
Okay.
He does, usually.
Yeah, and a lot of it's hand work.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get cut off here if we don't go take us to a commercial break here. Howard,
Okay. We're ready to take another break here. We'll be right
Less than
back.
a minute.
Let's talk antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
Okay, we're back here once more with Let's Talk Antiques, and we've been talking about mostly about the old gravity-fed gasoline pumps, or the glass globe ones. And we've also talked a little bit about some signs today. You're going to show us some of those pumps that you have there, David?
Yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna scan. Since we're in the warehouse today, I just thought maybe you guys would like to see it. Maybe our listeners and our television viewers, not our listeners, but our television viewers would like to see some more of the warehouse. So we'll scan it, and then we'll get back to the show here.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. So you're just showing us some views of items in general that are in the warehouse.
Yeah, like you see the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy there, the weather vane, and you can see the top of a Coke machine, and see all them signs hung up on off the ceiling.
Yeah.
We got signs hung off the ceiling, on the walls, in the floor. We got them everywhere.
Well, I know that place is awfully full. It's almost impossible to walk through it anymore.
Yeah, sometimes you might have to suck it up a little bit to get in, but you can do it. You know, what is that place at Rock City where you have to suck it up a little bit?
Oh, yeah, where the rocks are real close together. Fat
Man Squeeze. There you go.
Yeah, I see a Pennzoil sign back there.
Yeah, you see the Conoco man up there, the flame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool? Well,
neat.
I thought you might want to see just a tad more of the warehouse. And
while we were on that last break, I was looking. I found a gravity-fed pump on eBay of all places.
Yeah.
It's a Wayne Model 615.
Yeah. I have one of them.
The guy says, "I do not see an ID tag. Please see photos for condition. Cool, very early visible gas pump or the glass globe." Or gravity fed. Cylinder is glass and in good condition. Any questions, just ask. Located in Iowa. But what was interesting is the pumps you have are beautiful. You know, they got the glass globe with the logo on top, and they're painted up really nice. They're really cute. This one here is just a plain red pump. Looks like it's been painted, you know, some by an amateur maybe. You know, it's not a real pretty shiny pump. It's got the nice glass globe, and it has a metal top, but there's no globe on top of that. And it's let's see, what is it? $2,460.44.
Wow.
Or best offer. I mean, it's not what you'd call a very pretty. It's not nice like the ones you have. And I guess it would
condition is everything on those, Howard.
Yeah, but you know, so they're out there, but they're not cheap.
No.
I found some of the glass cylinder replacements, and those seem like there's only a couple online, and they seem like they're going for about $500 each.
Yeah, just the glass where the gasoline is pumped in.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only about 4 of them on here too.
You find a real one. You find a real one that's painted up normal.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like it should be. Those things, they're really expensive, Philip. You can pay a couple $1,000s for one.
Okay, so you see that Texaco right behind us. That's the company that made that is called a Clear Vision, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The reason it's called that, if you'll notice that the other ones behind me have rods running up and down in front of the cylinder. You see them rods?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
See all those little skinny metal rods going up and down on the cylinder?
Right.
Okay, so let me just show you to make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You see the rods. Okay, well, with this one here, the Clear Vision, that's why it's called that. It actually mounts from inside, and you don't have the rod, so you can actually see better. See, and it's got, like the cylinder is etched glass. You see how it's etched in there?
Oh.
Here's actually got the metal numbers. Can you see that? Can you see the difference there? You see these metal numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. And that one there is actually etched onto the cylinder. Okay. I paid $5,500 for that pump right there. That Clear Vision. That's what I paid for it.
Yeah.
And it's probably a $7,500 to $8,000 pump.
Now, when you bought
That's
it,
what I was going to say. It's worth a lot more than that now.
Yeah.
Did you need to have it restored, or was it in a restored condition?
Yeah. Now, remember, Howard, what I was telling you earlier, this gentleman, he actually you know, I ordered it, and he actually restored it for me.
Oh, okay.
I figured it out a long time ago. You're bunny ahead to just let them restore it. You know, because this guy knows where to buy the parts. You know, he knows people I don't know, and he can buy the parts obviously a whole lot cheaper than I can. But like I said, that's a $7,500 to $8,000 pump.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
you know, like this one that's on eBay, the guy wants, well, you might as well say $2,500 for it, but you're going to spend that much or more restoring it.
absolutely. As you know today, you know what a paint job costs on a car.
Oh, my, yeah.
You can spend $10,000 on a paint job,
Easy.
or you know you can go to Murfreesboro and get the $1,595 paint job. But you know, to do a real base coat paint job, you could spend up to $10,000 on a paint job.
Right.
Or more.
You can't go to Earl Shive and get one for $39.95 anymore.
They're over.
Not for a gas pump.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, don't you have a May West there?
I do have, and I think I'm going to turn this here where you can
I
actually
think you had a Mike West clear of his.
I don't know if you see. Can you see the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy yet?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gulf pump.
Yeah.
Can you see that Gulf pump
Yeah.
behind the chicken guy? That is a May West. What Ronnie's talking about. What it is, it's real narrow in the center of it, and it's almost, they call it a May West because of the shape of it. It looks like, you know how back in the 20s and 30s, how small the women's waists were, and then, you know, of course, they were bigger at the top and their hips and stuff, and that's why they call it that. It's the shape of a pump.
Philip May West was a movie star who was well endowed.
Yeah,
I know who May was.
That's why they say that.
There was one of those 5-gallon glass cylinders that says it was a May West model, and it cost $800 as opposed to the $500 for the other.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a really desirable pump.
right, it is.
If you can find them, those are hard to find.
Yes, they are. Howard,
Yes,
you remember the famous saying that May West used to say to the guy, remember what? Come up and see me sometime.
Yeah, come up and see me sometime.
Yeah. Come up and see me sometime, big boy.
Yeah.
So, Philip.
Yeah.
No, she was actually like that.
Yeah, she was.
Next on our list, I've got gasoline signs.
Well, what about them?
I've got an 18-foot gasoline sign from Alabama. It's Texaco Gas. It is giant, historic, old sign that said, and I can't imagine how you would get this sent to you, but it was $8,000 was for that one. So, and you probably get to hire you a truck to.
Is that double-sided?
I don't think it is. I think it was like mounted on the building.
Yeah. Well, you can get somebody
A lot
like
of those big ones like that were actually on the poles.
It was removed.
A lot of those big ones were actually on the poles.
Yeah, I think he's talking about 18-foot long.
Yeah,
right?
18-foot long. Yeah, yeah.
Not tall, but long, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
7.5 foot tall.
I thought he was talking about a tall one.
Yeah.
No,
Well, anyway, get somebody like Gullett's Record Service, because he actually hauled one of our gravity flows to Georgia for us. So he knows how to handle those gas pumps, and he can also do the signs too.
local pickup only for that, by the way.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with that. I can't.
That thing would be heavy.
Yeah. Next is a vintage pure gas oil station, 2-sided porcelain side, 6 foot in diameter with a ring and a pole.
Oh, I bet that's a nice one.
Yeah, that was $5,950 with one bid on that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because those rings are hard to come by.
so what does the ring mean?
What?
What does
That's actually what held it on the pole.
Oh,
Philip, so what it is, the sign is mounted inside of a ring, and then that metal ring is attached to the pole, like Ronnie said. Do you remember the slogan, Howard, on Pure?
With little pieces of chain.
No, I don't remember that.
Remember, be sure with Pure?
Oh,
Sure with Pure. That was one of their slogans.
that's what it says. And I've got next is a vintage original 6 foot Gulf gas station porcelain sign with the frame and the pole with that one too.
Does it say dealer on it on the bottom in blue?
Does it say what?
Dealer on the bottom of it?
No, it's just orange with Gulf
Okay.
in the middle of it, and with a white background on that, with I guess either black or really dark blue lettering on the Gulf.
Dark blue.
Yeah, and they were wanting $4,500, and it took a best offer, but it was at least $4,000 was the best.
Yeah.
my goodness.
And then there's a vintage 1937 Shell gasoline embossed porcelain over steel sign. And this one looks like it's been target practiced a little bit on. And, and it went for $3,900 for that one with one bid. So it looks like it's about 4 or 5 foot tall.
More because it was embossed in porcelain.
$250 shipping on it. So,
of course, they're real heavy, you know, big metal signs and that porcelain.
I can imagine.
You know.
That's actually iron that they put that porcelain coating over. And depending on the colors, you know, they may use more than one layer of the powder. But most of those were recycled after World War II, and they quit doing as much porcelain after the War II. So most of them you see are going to be pre-World War II.
Oh yeah, right. This is a 1937 one. So. Next, we got a Cadillac porcelain dealer sign. It says Cadillac authorized service with the Cadillac logo in the middle of it.
A blue and white one?
Dark blue.
That's a nice one.
With the white lettering. Let me see how big this one is.
It's probably 4 foot or more.
42-inch double-sided. Has some porcelain loss, but a great sign. So that's what it doesn't look perfect condition, but it looks pretty good, you know, considering. Do you have any Cadillac signs, David? I don't remember seeing Cadillac signs.
No, you don't have. I'd like to have, but usually those things are from $4,000 to $6,000.
There you go. This one went for $4,000.
Yeah.
So
They're pretty expensive. I'd like to have one, but to tell you the truth, Philip, I'd like to trade for it where I don't have $4,000 in it.
Understand. All right. Well, we've run up against our next time setting. Howard, can you get out of here real quick?
Out of time again? Yeah. My goodness. Okay, I guess we're going to have to take another break here, folks. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
All right, it's time for us to come back here with more Let's Talk Antiques. And we've been talking about gasoline pumps, and now we're talking about old metal signs. And I just went on eBay, and there's a bunch of metal signs. They say they're vintage. How can you be sure, though, that they're vintage and not reproductions if you're buying something online like that?
Well, the trick to it, Howard, is, first of all, you got to know the actual sizes of what the original signs was.
Yeah.
The other trick to it is, don't buy from somebody with a low number.
Oh, and yeah.
Also, before you even bid on a sign of somebody's got a high number, look at the stuff they sold and look at the feedback. If they don't have to 100% all on their rating, if they're like 97, 98, you don't really want to buy from them because they've had some kind of an issue. You want them at least a 99 point something up to 100. And usually, if you'll look on the those people, if you look on the description, it'll say either original or reproduction. Those people, everything's a risk, Howard, but to cut the risk, that's some of the ways that you do it.
Yeah, if you could see it and hold it in your hand, you can say, hey, this is too good. It's obviously not an original. Because something 30, 40 years old is going to have some blemishes probably.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at one here that's really interesting. It's Washington Teeth, Idaho, Oregon, Montana gasoline vintage round metal sign.
Huh.
And they want $20 for it and $10 worth of shipping.
Well, that's a reproduction.
It almost has, but it says vintage. See, so
Yeah, it's a reproduction.
it has to be a reproduction.
Howard, are you sure it don't say vintage style?
No, it says vintage round metal sign. And it's really a sharp sign. It's a round. It's got Washington gasoline. It's got Idaho, Oregon, Montana, and then of course the profile of an Indian chief, with a full war bonnet on.
I can guarantee that's not
Like
real.
Scotchy.
Because if it was really a vintage, it would be a good bit more, I would say, in price.
Oh yeah. I've got a couple of really nice signs to run through before we jump to something else. Our last little short segment we got here. There's a really nice vintage 1930s neon green sign that just says gas from the Lincoln Highway Art Deco. It says, and it went for just a hair under $4,000. It's
wow.
Just nice 1930s neon.
Yeah.
And then next is vintage Mercury Kiekhofer porcelain gas outboard motors service pumps plate sign. So it says outboard motors sales and service, and it's got the Kiekhofer logo on it, and like one of those old wooden boats, kind of those cool old wooden boats things with outboard motors on it. And that went for, there were 37 bids, and that went for $2,550. So those boating people, they were jumping.
Yeah, but you're only talking about a pump plate, though. It actually went on a pump. It's not a great big sign. Look and see what size it is. It's not going to be a big sign then if it went on a pump.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think that. 11 3/4 inches. Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot of money for 11 3/4 inches, isn't
it? That's a pretty good find for him, no doubt. Now, I think I might have seen this at your place before. Is a original Goodyear porcelain letters sign. The letters are 24 inches tall. You have one of those that's like a giant Goodyear thing?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, this was they were asking $2,250 and got something pretty close to that on there.
Wow.
I've got a Imperial Garage automobiles, supplies, repairs in Chilton, Wisconsin. 24 bids on that, $2,125. So I wonder if all those people were from Wisconsin and just missed that thing, or if it was just they were going for one of those old authentic signs.
Do you think, are you saying that you wonder if people in Wisconsin didn't buy it because it went somewhere else? Is that what?
No, I wonder if that much activity on that sign, if it was from people from Wisconsin trying to snatch it up, or
I think it probably was,
or if it was just the vintage thing that people wanted.
Well, I say both of them. I say it's a combination of both, and you know how to search and see where those people are that bid on it. You know how to do that, but just click on the bid button. It tells you who bid and how much and how many times.
Yeah, it was 19 3/4 by 13 1/2 inches.
A lot of those signs sell better in the region they're from they'll bring more money in that region than they will, say, somewhere where it's not as well known.
Right. Absolutely. But
Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of sense. But let me tell you, I can tell you one that'll just sell no matter where it's at. You ready for it?
What?
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Jack Daniel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's
Oh,
from
yeah.
it'll bring the money no matter where it's. But that's an exception to the rule
Yeah,
about
because it's an international brand. It's well known all over the place. Some brands are only known in the area they're from.
Yeah, well, that's how Jack Daniel started out.
You know,
think?
like
Right? This is how Jack Daniel started out.
yeah,
Well, you know, you're talking about
yeah. Jack Daniels will sell good anywhere.
Yeah.
you're talking about
Or you know,
local,
like a national brand, Ford, Chrysler, you know, Etzel,
Yeah.
Studebaker.
What are you saying,
Those are
Howard?
national brands.
What was you saying, Howard?
Well, I was going to say, you're talking about local brands, you know, on your gasoline pumps. Do you have a Lion pump?
Yes, absolutely.
Because, you know, the Lion was a local area. This was a regional brand that was here in Tennessee. And
I don't know that one.
yeah, I remember when I was going to college, you'd come down out of go back home to visit, and we'd come back down here, you know, somewhere up in Kentucky, around Bowling Green, I think there was a big billboard says entering Lion Country, or maybe it was right on the Tennessee border somewhere, but entering Lion Country. The time I saw it, what in the world are they talking about? Then I found out there was Lion gas down here.
Right. I actually have the pumps and the sign, Howard.
You do?
Yeah, I have them both.
But see, you know, from people like probably up Wisconsin way, they wouldn't understand that. But see, down here, Lion was a local brand, a regional brand. I don't know how many states they were actually in, but apparently they were a southern company.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you another one. Red
And
Ace.
somebody like me,
Like Red Ace gas.
somebody like me, I wouldn't know that.
I think Ronnie's just cutting out his.
Yeah.
Like Red Ace, you know, Red Ace gas.
Well,
We're having a technical issue here, folks.
Ronnie's having a little issue with his. Like Red Ace.
It's just going back and forth.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it one more time. Red Ace Gas was a local.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that one.
Yeah, and I was trying to, you know, there were several of those companies like that. What was the one, Ronnie, out there by Stone Fort? You remember that one? That was a gas station out there by that Stone Fort.
There was a Red Ace out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Red Ace at the foot of Jail Hill there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know which one you're talking about, but I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
I know the building you're talking about.
Yeah, they tore the.
I can't remember what was in it.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
You're right about one thing. More regional it is. I really, if you're selling a product, if it's known worldwide, obviously it'll bring a lot more money. What makes a local product bring money is the local people.
Right. They have a connection to it.
Right.
Yeah, you got to let them know that it's up for sale too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And it'll bring more money in that area than it will anywhere else.
Yeah. You
got 1 minute, guys, just so you know.
Well, I was going to say, though, you know, like Jiffy Burger, you know, a Jiffy Burger cheeseburger bring a lot more money around here than it would out in California, probably. Because everybody knows Jiffy Burger here, but they don't know a Jiffy Burger cheeseburger in California.
Well,
Unless you had somebody from Manchester.
Yeah, sure. You're right. They probably do know out in California about Jiffy.
Yeah, they've heard of it out there.
Well, you might have somebody in California from Manchester craving a Jiffy Burger. Yeah, they pay big money for it.
that's the voice.
Give it to them.
Hey, let me ask Three Brains something here now. Could we actually ship a Jiffy Burger cheeseburger? Could we ship one out to California? Could we box it up some way?
You could, but I wouldn't suggest it. With that, Howard, you gotta take us out on this.
Oh, are we out of time?
Yeah,
All right, that's what to think about for next week. Can you ship a Jiffy Burger to California and arrive fresh? We will be back next week with. Oh, that was too much. We'll be back next week with more Let's Talk Antiques, and hopefully we'll do a little better. We're practicing, folks. We're practicing.
Yeah.